For 4.5 millennia, from the construction of the pyramids to modern skyscrapers, project management has been defined by one core activity: human tracking. The tools evolved over time, starting with the bar chart scheduling of the Gantt chart in 1917. By the 2000s, SaaS and cloud platforms emerged. SaaS, or Software as a Service, is a delivery model where applications are hosted by a provider and accessed over the internet. While the interface is improved, the core mechanic, a human manually logging progress, remained the baseline. That era is now ending. This chart illustrates data from Gartner, a global research and advisory firm. They project that by 2030, 80% of traditional project management work will disappear. The vanishing workload consists of the administrative core, manual data collection, routine task tracking, and the generation of status reports. The convergence of predictive analytics and process automation moves the administrative burden from the human to the machine. Legacy project management software relies on a pull model. Human managers must manually enter information and then manually pull historical reports to see what happened in the past. Modern AI systems operate on a push architecture. The software autonomously monitors the project environment and pushes real-time alerts directly to the relevant executives. This structural shift moves the discipline from analyzing what has already happened to predicting what is likely to happen next. Raw data flows into a central AI node, generating outputs for schedule and cost forecasting. By analyzing historical constraints, the system identifies patterns to predict budget failures and cost overruns. It also optimizes resources, predicting team burnout and staffing shortages based on upcoming workload. These systems can even monitor the project managers themselves, evaluating their decision-making competency based on how they respond to system-generated alerts. By shifting from a pull to a push architecture, the project management office transforms from a reactive historical ledger into a proactive strategic intervention engine. AI predictions are only as useful as the data feeding them. If that underlying information is flawed or missing, the machine fails. This is the data bottleneck. Human project managers frequently fail to enter accurate, timely data into their tracking systems, which starves the AI of the fuel it needs. The technological bridge is robotic process automation, or RPA. RPA is a technology that uses software scripts to automate repetitive, rule-based digital tasks, bypassing human data entry. To see this at an enterprise scale, we can examine a recent proof of concept from PwC. PwC is a global professional services network that provides consulting and audit services. Reviewers evaluated 60 projects against 32 checkpoints monthly, yielding 1,920 data points. Manually scraping this data took 3 error-prone days. In the study, an RPA bot replaces the human, extracting all data points directly in seconds. RPA solves the data bottleneck by removing human error. It creates the clean, high-volume dataset required for a cognitive AI to function. Once the data is gathered, we reach the cognitive handoff. The rule-based RPA bot passes its organized data to a cognitive AI, a system capable of learning and problem-solving, for analysis. The AI analyzes the variances across all 60 projects, immediately identifying which ones are failing their compliance checks. The system does more than flag errors. It autonomously generates specific corrective actions for the PMO director. The AI translates its complex statistical analysis into a natural language report, pushing that summary directly to executives through a virtual assistant interface on their mobile devices. This PwC study shows the results of this workflow. A 3-day manual administrative process was collapsed into exactly 6 minutes of automated processing. Standard enterprise platforms are actively deploying these mechanics today. For example, Procore, a company specializing in construction management software, has integrated AI as a primary feature. Procore's Copilot and AI agents retrieve documents, summarize workflows, and manage complex submittals automatically. The integration of RPA and cognitive AI demonstrates that massive task reduction is currently taking place across the enterprise software ecosystem. We must treat AI as an autonomous system, distinct from the speed-optimized versions of legacy tools. Academic research into the stakeholder perspective introduces a new concept. The AI is now an independent AI stakeholder within the project ecosystem. Because the system autonomously parses risk and assigns tasks, it exerts independent influence. In complex scenarios, the AI acts as a mediator, resolving human conflicts with data-driven solutions devoid of politics. It also acts as a proxy, representing the aggregated interests of raw data, market trends, and corporate portfolio health. This phenomenon shifts traditional power dynamics. Influence is no longer based solely on financial investment or corporate rank. It is increasingly based on data control and analytical capability. Treating this powerful new entity like a passive software tool will lead directly to algorithmic mismanagement and project failure. As the AI stakeholder absorbs the administrative burden, the definition of what makes a project manager valuable begins to fracture. This graphic shows the divide between machine and human capabilities. The machine's domain on the right includes data relationships, real-time analysis, and risk management. The human domain on the left focuses on collaborative leadership, emotional intelligence, and complex problem-solving. As administrative tasks are automated, the market value of these human soft skills increases. Data from the Project Management Institute shows that 45% of organizations now cite soft skills as the most critical new requirement for project professionals. A professional's value is no longer derived from maintaining a flawless schedule. It comes from their capacity for negotiation, empathy, and leadership, the exact areas where the AI falls short. This creates a new core technical competency for human professionals: algorithmic oversight. Despite its power, the AI stakeholder is aoperative without the strategic guidance and contextual input of a skilled human leader. The project manager's new daily reality involves ensuring the AI is fed accurate data, interpreting its complex predictive models, and translating those insights into action. This transition represents the move from administrative project management to strategic project leadership. Surviving the next decade of disruption requires the realization that you are no longer managing project data directly. You are in a virtual partnership, managing the AI that manages the data.